in this one, but you know they've got to play the game, don't they?
They have to, Jeff. It's great to be here for the first quarterfinal of this Eurobasket 2015. I think we got two heavyweights squaring off here. That's clear between Greece and Spain. And I think this is the most anticipated matchup in the quarterfinals.
Well, it's certainly Greece have a lot of weapons. They're deep, but Spain over the years probably have gotten the better of Greece in some of their showdowns, notably in the 2006 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Japan when they beat them in the final.
That is a good point, because last game in 2013 Eurobasket was won by Greece, but 6 prior contests before that were won by Spain. So there's a lot of history between these two teams, and I just can't wait for this game to start.
Well, you don't have long to wait, George. Just under 8 minutes. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Lille, France. In fact, it's good evening. We're in the early evening hours here at 6:30 p.m., and we're getting ready to watch the first quarterfinal of Eurobasket 2015, Greece against Spain. Greece disposing of Belgium in their last game to get to this point of the competition, and Spain having to overcome a very determined Poland team, but they did so, and here they are now in the quarterfinals.
And the head coach of Greece is Mr.
Fans being introduced here to the Greeks, to the players, introduced to the crowd, as well as Fotis Katsikaris, and now Spain. There's Pau Gasol. He had the amazing 6 of 7 game the other night from three-point range, and the Spanish national team. Hearing some boos from a lot of French fans.
Oh, there's a lot of history here between the French fans and Team Spain. I think if you speak about Team Spain, you do have to single out a player, even though I don't like to do it, because today's basketball is all about me, but it is Pau Gasol. He's playing absolutely superb form. He's leading the tournament in points scored. He's really high up there in free throws attempted, in field goals made, shooting basketball with very high effectiveness, hitting most of his shots, shooting 80% from the three, if you can believe that. So a lot of things run through him and are centered around Pau Gasol.
Well, these teams have, they're used to challenging for titles, especially for Spain. They're under Sergio Scariolo, the coach. And the Spanish team won the world title, as we said, in 2006. And these teams have been on the podiums as well at various Eurobaskets. We're going to have a pause in the commentary now for the playing of the national anthem for both teams.
And now the national anthem of Spain.
So the national anthems have been played, and just about 3.5 minutes away from the start of this game. Players, what they do in international basketball after the national anthems, they meet at mid-court, they shake hands, and they exchange a token of good sportsmanship and friendship. Now the referees tonight, Luigi LaMonica from Italy there in the middle, Elisa Belicevic on the right from Serbia, and Portugal's Fernando Rocha. So that right there tells you the magnitude of this game, George. These are 3 heavyweight referees. 3
top referees that we have in Europe, and I think how the scoring is going to be set with refereeing is going to play a big role in the game today. Obviously, more physical game favors Greece, as we see the roster right here.
The Greek roster needs no introduction, but what we will say, number 6, Zisis, Barousis, Spanoulis up there at the top. 3 guys that have been in this national team setup a very long time. But you do sense kind of a changing in the guard with some of the young guys really becoming much more prominent. We are going to have Nick Kalathis starting at point, along with the veteran Vasilis Spanoulis, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The exciting forward from the NBA there, Georgios Mentezis, also in that starting 5 for Greece. And for Spain, really, it's the summer in which they have to kind of move on without some of their key players from the years past.
That's true. I mean, the Spanish roster is not at its best strength, but I think the biggest question mark here today is number 5, Rudy Fernandez. He missed the last game, the 8th final game against Poland. He was getting treated for back problems during the group stage in Berlin. And if he plays and how he plays, that will be a very important factor in the game here for Spain. He's in the starting lineup, which is a good news there for Sergio Scariolo and all the Spanish fans getting to start at the small forward, Rudy Fernandez, at point guard, Paul Ribas, Sergio Llull at the off guard, Nikola Mirotic at the power forward, and Paul Gasol at the center spot.
So Rudy Fernandez in the starting lineup. Here's what's happening here at the Eurobasket. Throughout the 4 cities where it's been played, a local youth comes out, takes the official handball, shows off some basketball skills, dribbling in this case, and takes it out to mid-court to hand it off to the head referee, in this case Luigi LaMonica. Who knows, maybe this guy's going to be a Eurobasket MVP one day.
Well, he's getting to do that in front of good 10,000-15,000 fans that we already have in the arena. This is the key matchup for me right here. Pau Gasol, I have spoken about it before. He leads the tournament in scoring. Look at his 3-point shooting percentage. Just a true leader of the Spanish team. On the other side is Vasilis Spanoulis. I don't think he needs any introduction. And look at his averages, 10.8 points, 5.6 assists. As you said before, I think we see a changing of the guards. The younger guys are getting to play more of a bigger role here in this team. This is the deepest and probably the best Greek team assembled. A lot of expectations there in Greece. We have spoken to the journalists from Greece, and so much is really expectation riding before this game.
Fotis Katsikaris, the coach of Greece. Coached 2 years ago, and things, he coached last year at the FIBA Basketball World Cup when Greece went unbeaten, and then they lost to Serbia in the round of 16.
Needless to say that he knows a lot of these Spanish players because he has coached for many years in Spain. Now next year he's going to Murcia to coach another club team in the Spanish top division. This is the Sergio Scariolo, who's back for his 2nd tenure there with the Spanish national team after taking a 2-year break. So the coaches, we got some heavyweights there as well.
Absolutely, Sergio Scariolo coached Spain at the Olympics in 2012 to that thrilling gold medal game against the USA, and the USA won it. But under Scariolo, Spain won the Eurobasket in 2009, their first one. They also won it in 2011, famously in Lithuania. Good evening, everyone. It's the Eurobasket 2015 quarterfinals, and it's underway here. Spain taking on Greece. Spain wearing the white and attacking the basket to the right. They've got the ball here early on. Pau Ribas making the Spain national team for the first time there, number 8, and in the starting lineup. This is Sergio Llull, back to Ribas. And now Llull from the left corner, count it!
That is a huge challenge for Spain to open up with a three-pointer by Sergio Llull. He's the player that I'm looking for contribution if Spain should win this game.
Antetokounmpo goes right at Rudy, and then Llull reaches in, takes it away, and is bumped there by Nick Calathis. So a foul by Greece to stop the fast break.
I think you will see a lot of that post-up situation of Antetokounmpo. He's 2'11" tall, and against Rudy Fernandez in the post, he has clear advantage. This time, the first time, he was not able to use it and turn the ball over. But expect a lot more of that.
Llull back to Gasol. Well, we saw him hit so many threes. And Katsikaris arguing he thought Gasol traveled, and the Rocha, the Portuguese referee, says, I'm not calling the travel on the big fella. Llull for 3. Count it! And Sergio Llull, already the Real Madrid star, probably a little quiet and in this tournament, and especially in the last game against Poland, comes out immediately and strokes a couple of three-pointers. Now, Spanulis pulls up, hits the cutting Calathis. Gasol reaches in, gets the block, but it goes out of bounds.
And this is what Pau Gasol does for defense of Spain. I mean, he is there in the lane, very quick feet, and he can patrol the lane with the best of them. He's in top 3 in block shots in the tournament. You saw it right there against Calathis.
So bright start for Spain, and they really needed to have one here against Greece. Spanulis gets inside, and Gasol blocks another one. Now, the pass, errant pass, picked off by Mirotic. And Antetokounmpo knocks the ball out of Mirotic's hands and out of bounds. But a bright start for Spain, and this is probably crucial for them, isn't it?
And I would say a rattled Greek team. I mean, the first few possessions, they're just looking completely out of sync.
Llull behind the back pass to Gasol. He puts up a 3, and he certainly didn't do that very much in the last game. And I'm talking about missing. He took a lot of threes, but he only missed 1. Prentices now over to Antetokounmpo, and he drives in, and the Antetokounmpo puts Greece on the board.
This is the aggressiveness and the athletic ability of Antetokounmpo. He takes it directly at Gasol and finishes.
Mirotic for 3. So Spain living by the three-point line right now.
But they are the highest scoring team in the tournament, so they're going to stick what was working for them in the whole tournament.
Spanulis, about a meter behind the arc. And Gasol with the rebound. Llull back outside to Rudy. And Gasol just kind of lost. He says that Kufos reached in, knocked it off, knocked it out of his hands, so Spain will have it with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
This is what you see right here. This is an extremely important defensive matchup there for Kufos. As you see, Antetokounmpo driving directly at Gasol and finishing the take.
Looks like actually Gasol may have got a hand on that ball. Ribas gets it back to Gasol and lays it up with the left hand. Impressive 1-2 punch there.
And the pick and roll situation has been working extremely well for Spain in the group phase in Berlin.
Prentices and Gasol with the rebound. Now Llull looks up. Mirotic. And he just lays it up and misses. Prentices almost had his pass picked off by Rudy Fernandez. And Spanulis puts it up while he's fouled, hoping to get to the free throw line. Let's see what Milosevic calls. They're going to say they're going to have to inbound it.
Again, you see effort there. To stop the fast break, don't allow the easy points there. Good defense by Spain.
Kufos comes up, sets the pick. Calathis puts up a 3, and that was long. And Antetokounmpo gets the rebound and gets it back to Spanulis with a new 14. Calathis No, they're not going to get it off in time. So very poor possession for Greece, and they just look a little bit out of sync here in the early going.
I think a lot has been spoken about the Spanish defense before this game, because as far as points allowed, they are at the 19th place in the tournament. So a lot of teams that didn't go and travel to Lille, didn't qualify to the knockout stage, played better defense than Spain. So I think the Spanish players are taking that as challenge.
Rivas back outside now into Gasol. And he goes right at Koufos and goes up with the left hand. And Antetokounmpo with the rebound, and Katsikaris waves him up the floor, says, let's push the tempo a little bit. Spanoulis pulls up at the line. That's good.
Finally something good there happening for Greece, but I would still like to see Antetokounmpo in the post, posting up Rudy Fernandez.
Rivas pulls up at the line. And Koufos' big hands of his goes up and brings it down. Now Spanoulis finds his way down the lane and puts it up and in.
And this is what he does for Greece. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. You see it right here, takes it directly in the middle of the Spanish defense, lays it in with the contact.
Now Yule gets to the other end and he misses the layup. Shot was affected. And Kalathis, and suddenly you feel the momentum shifting a little bit here for Greece. Princesses puts it up and gets it to go in, and now we have a tie game. So that bright start for Spain has faded, and Greece back on level terms.
Princess is the fastest shooting big man, the fastest moving big man in the lane. Great finish with the left hand.
Pass inside to Gasol, and he just lays it over the rim.
Koufos just kind of lost track of Gasol. He turned his head, and that was a great pass, a skip pass there from the weak side.
Spanoulis being chased by Rivas, and Antetokounmpo misses it, or rather turns it over.
What a great pass by Spanoulis. Antetokounmpo had it in just right under the basket.
Bounce pass into Mirotic, and Spain go back up on top by 4.
And this is exactly why they are the number one in points scored in the tournament. Spain is just playing some higher tempo basketball, taking easy shots, moving the ball extremely well.
Lewis under a little bit of pressure here. Bounce pass to Koufos, and great 1-2 there. Nice bounce pass delivered by the Greek veteran. Yule took the bump, hands it off. Here's Mirotic. Drives in, and maybe forced that one. Lewis back for Greece. Princesses turns, gets in the lane, over to Koufos. And Koufos hits it from the baseline.
Nice spot up by the big man on the passing from Princesses. You always like to see that if a four-man is passing the ball, passing off the ball to the center.
Like he looked over at the Spain bench after that shot and said something. I don't know if somebody had said something to him. Here's Rudy Fernandez. And now Greece with a chance to go in front. Rivas with the tough assignment on Spanoulis. Spanoulis, the traveling call. Luigi LaMonica.
I was watching his left foot, and he did lift that. He lifted his left foot.
And he's going to be shocked when he finds out that this is going over to Spain. Look at him. He can't believe it. Watch this.
Watch his left foot. This is a clear travel. He established his left foot as the pivot foot, and then he lifted it. That's a great call. You have to call that.
And into the game for Greece,
LaMonica did call it.
Yanis Boulousis, placing number 13, Kostas Koufos.
So here Rodriguez now into the game. And as is Claver. Claver drives in, swatted by Barousas, who's checked into the game. And Silver Reyes is coming for Spain as well.
What a depth there for Greece. If you look at it, they have Koufos at big center, and from the bench, there comes Giannis Barousis. So Greece has got two true centers there at 2.13 meters. You see Giannis Barousis blocking the shot of Claver here. Great luxury there for Coach Katsikaris.
47 remaining in the first quarter. Score tied at 12 each.
It's also a luxury for Spain to bring in a point guard like Rodriguez. Spinoza is going to stay out on the floor now. Calathis, and just puts up a little runner. Claver challenges, gets the ball. Good hustle from Claver. Gets it to Felipe Reyes. Now over to Rodriguez. Still knotted at 12. Gasol has Barousis on his back. Puts up a soft little jump hook in the lane there.
And this is all about patience and execution there by Pau Gasol. He was waiting if the double key was coming. Nothing, one-on-one situation, he scores.
Entry pass to Calathis. He brings it back to Barousis. He thought about it and decided better against it. Now there's only 5 on the shot clock. Calathis back to Barousis. Has his feet set. And Gasol with the rebound.
That wasn't a bad shot by Barousis. You know he's a good three-point shooter.
Jewel. Somebody's got to be open. Well, Gasol's going to take the jump shot. And Barousis with the board. Emphasis. It's about attacking Gasol. And he does, and he misses. So the sight or the presence of Gasol is not making things easy right now for Greece as they attack down low on a lot of occasions, and the reach and the foul called on Greece.
Spanoulis is not happy with Bentesis right now as he tells him to pass the ball off. This is a foul on Rodriguez on the penetration. I think just to stop the offense. It is not easy to attack Pau Gasol. I mean, Bentesis was trying to use his quickness, but he really didn't have an advantage.
Well, it's the first of 2 quarterfinals today. France-Latvia will follow this one. Final minute here of the first quarter. Rodriguez. In the passing side. Spain really passing the ball. Yule puts up a 3. No, he hit those 2 early threes. Now he's gone a little bit quiet. Antetokounmpo hasn't really made his mark on the game yet. So not that much difference with the shot clock and the game clock here at the end of the opening quarter. Spanoulis passes over to Parenthesis. Now 3 on the shot clock, and Calathis with the runner, and nice play by Greece and Calathis.
2 points for Nick.
So a lot of hard work, but after 10 minutes, it's all square. 14-14 here between Spain and Greece. Here's another look at the Calathis basket.
Red Foxes.
After 1, it's 14 all. Go for it. The score is actually 14-14. If you look at the statistics there, Greece probably will like their shooting inside the arc there. And you talk about Spain wanting to prove they can come out and play some defense.
Well, but what stands out is 0 free throws taken by both teams. I think this is a remarkable statistic. We said that we got a clash of 2 heavyweight teams here in the first quarterfinal, but you know, no free throws shot attempted. That's an interesting statistic. I think that both teams, that signals that both teams are playing some conservative defense and they are just really spending their fouls wisely.
What do you think about Rudy so far? He missed, a lot of the conversation about Spain has been about Rudy and his back problem. He's come out and started. He's played, the whole first quarter.
Well, I think it is realistic to expect that he is not in his 100% shape. So I think that, but still, if anytime he dresses the Spanish uniform, I think, and goes to the lineup, I think it's a huge boost for the morale of the Spanish team. He does have so much experience, and he brings a lot of toughness to the court.
Well, in fact, he's played 7 of the 10 minutes in the first quarter. But yeah, I look at Rudy Fernandez and really almost think that he's irreplaceable. And it remains to be seen if he can play at that level that Spain need him to play at.
And I spoke to Sergio Scariolo in Berlin in one of the practices, and he says that he's just replaceable for us defensively because he does so many things in overplaying the lane, making some tough contacts there with his players. So, you know, he's going to be very important there in the game today.
Second quarter action underway here between Greece and Spain. It's all knotted. And Felipe Reyes is in there with Claver. No Pau Gasol right now. So Gasol getting an early break.
And this is the exact situation I was talking about. Antetokounmpo using his speed and size against Claver.
And with Gasol out of the game,
it is a lot easier for him to finish the play.
It looks a lot more inviting, doesn't it? Greece have their 5 there, you can see on the floor. And the dump, and good help from Claver.
That's a great help side defense by Spain. It just collapsed in the middle of the paint.
They're here with 5 on the shot clock. Going to put up a 3, and he's banking it in. I don't know if he called the glass, but the bank is open.
That's lady luck right there for Sergio Rodriguez, and a good start for him just after getting on the floor, getting some lucky touch on the ball, scores a 3-pointer.
Spain 3 of 7 from 3-point range. Greece has yet to hit one.
Goal on number 9 from Spain.
This is the first
substitution for Greece in the game. Number 6, Nikos Zisis. Replacing number 7,
And Nikos Zisis will come in.
That was
Rodriguez. He had to put it up with the shot clock winding down.
And it was over Borousis, the big man of Greece, 2'13".
Antetokounmpo says he wants to take more threes. Well, here's one, and he nails it. What a 3. And that's a confidence-boosting shot for the young man.
And this is something extra that you get from Antetokounmpo. If he starts hitting the outside shot, he's becoming a true all-around player.
Now before the drive by Reyes. Now Reyes and Borousis know each other very well.
They're there with Real Madrid.
They played on the team.
Won everything last year. He said he wanted to go shoot some more threes this coming season when he goes back to Milwaukee. Who's going to stop him if he does that?
That was
Well, he's got a great stroke. The mechanics of the shot is very good for Antetokounmpo.
Nice drive to pass from Pau Ribas out of reach there from Mirdich. So again, Greece with an opportunity to take the lead. They haven't led in this game. Antetokounmpo is going to go right at Claver. He's going to pass it out. Bounce pass to Koufos, and he draws the foul, I believe, by Reyes. I'll
tell you what, I've been impressed with the play of Koufos. He's just really being patient, just waiting for his shots, not pushing much. Shooting some high percentage shots. He was instrumental in the 8th final game.
Into the game
Palatis is going to come out. Lucas is going to enter the game. Lucas, watch how he plays. He has really been playing to rave reviews the past couple of years.
And look, if you coach Katsikaris, what you're getting off the bench, you're getting Nikos Zisis, one of the most experienced guards in the game in Europe. And then you're getting Kostas Lucas, also a premier player at his position, 1-2, a true combo guard. He can play make, but he can also score.
Koufos misses one, but next
good for giving Greece a 1-point
the
lead.
second one bounced up and went down. So at least it's their first lead of the game. Baseline comes out for take the pass. Now back to Felipe Reyes. He puts up a three. Father kept it alive, but Jesus gets the rebound. Now Antetokounmpo moves it off to Kufos, and Spain get back on defense. Antetokounmpo, and Kufos goes up to the offensive board. Puts it back up, and look at that. And Greece out-rebounding Spain, but finally Reyes gets it. And Jesus reaches in and fouls Rodriguez.
There's a lot of discussion there going between Coach Scario and the referees about the traveling call on Antetokounmpo there in the fast break. I don't know if you can see that. Here's the offensive rebounding by Greece. First Kufos, then an attempted tip-in by Antetokounmpo, but Felipe Reyes clears the boards. I tell you what, I mean, Spain is concentrated on transition defense. They don't want to allow anything easy for Greece, and they are doing a great job.
This Kamikoglu has come into the game. He was a little shaky when he entered the game the other day against Belgium. So here he is now having to guard Mirdic. Now they've switched. Rodriguez right at the line. Good rebound from Reyes. He just has a nose for the ball. Mirdic on the baseline. Count it!
A three-pointer by Mirdic, but look at Felipe Reyes. He got the offensive rebound actually surrounded by three Greek players.
Yeah, Reyes, one of the all-time great rebounders, isn't he? Spanish basketball history. Now the pass off the fingertips of Kufos. Now Ribas pushes it and draws the foul from Kamikoglu. That's the third team foul on Greece.
I mean, if you talk about Felipe Reyes, he's actually at his 6th Eurobasket. You see the offensive rebound right here. He sets up Mirotic in the corner. Give Felipe at least 1.5 points for that basket.
I'll tell you what, it's not always the game with Reyes, but he's effective, isn't he?
That's the exact word I wanted to use. He's so effective in every move he makes, defensively or offensively.
Coming off MVP winning season with Real Madrid. Now inside, Mirdic travels in the lane. He couldn't quite.
Violation called on Mirotic, and the possession is for Greece.
Also, it's an interesting situation with Mirotic. As you see him travel here, he kind of shuffled his feet and lost balance. It is his debut here with the senior national team of Spain, and not an easy role for him to fill in.
Yeah, and when we have time, I want you to comment on in terms of being a fit for this team versus Ibaka down the road. Antetokounmpo follows up and puts it in. So Greece getting back to 20. You can see now the size factor with Antetokounmpo inside with Gasol out of the game, and Gasol's going to come back in. That's becoming a real factor for Greece. Rodriguez, he kind of stops. Reyes battles, but Antetokounmpo with the rebound.
He's on both sides of the floor playing some great basketball for Greece, getting the rebounds, scoring.
7 points and 9 rebounds already for Antetokounmpo. So that tells you all you need to know. Jesus whips it over to Kamikoglu, brings a little bit of rain, misses it, and the ball ends up with Spain. Now Mirdic on the open floor, and another foul by Antetokounmpo.
We call it the possible X factor in this game. Look at the athleticism, explosiveness. You see him right here. I don't know if it was a block shot or a rebound, but he's all over the place. He's 2'11". I repeat that again for the viewers. He doesn't seem like that because the way he moves, he's like a gazelle on the floor. So he's 2'11" and some long arms.
And Pau Gasol takes it.
Looks so simple there between Ribas and Gasol. Just a simple two-man game, dump down to Pau Gasol, who shoots it on the move.
Jesus pulls up for a jump shot. The rebound for Spain.
But did you see that with the Pau Gasol back on the floor, they were not really looking for the penetration. They settled for the mid-range jumper.
Mirdic, fouled by Kamikoglu. How is it that Spain could be leading right now?
Let's go on number 12 for Greece.
Here's Mirdic getting fouled. How is it that Spain are being out-rebounded 20-9?
I got a simple answer for you right here, Jeff. It's only 2 turnovers for Spain and 7 for Greece. So Spain is playing extremely smart basketball. They are taking care of the ball, and they are not making any mistakes. That's why they, at the moment, lead by 2 points. If that's a fair answer for you.
And the first free throw is good for Nicolas Shooting.
Because the shooting percentages are very similar, Spain is only leading in the three-point shooting department, shooting 44% from beyond the arc, while Greece is struggling mightily, only with 17%, 1 out of 6 shooting.
And the second free throw is giving
Good, so now 24-20, and to further illustrate that point, Spain with 8 points off the big turnovers. So Greece are being punished for those turnovers. Spain in the 2-3 zone. Greece has to figure this one out. Kofos gets inside, and I saw almost puts it in the basket.
But if you allow me to analyze this situation, I didn't see much of a team play. I didn't see much of motion. It was only a post-up situation for Kufos, and one guy was playing and 4 players were standing. As you see, Gasol almost losing the rebound.
Timeout. Okay. 24-20, Spain lead Greece, and the shooting percentages for both teams. Not brilliant for Spain, but obviously they've got those 4 3-pointers, and that helps. But so far, the assist to turnover ratio for both teams, and turnovers for Greece really a problem, and it's just something that may continue for them.
Well, that's a good question. I think that the Spanoulis, you have a good chance of addressing this problem if he gets back on the floor. Right now, he's on the bench. So I think he's getting a good rest there in the first half. You don't want to burn him out too early. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities in the second half for him to take charge.
But, George, a lot of people have said this is the most talented Greek team in a long time. Maybe ever. But they haven't played to their potential. And maybe that's what we're seeing right now. So maybe the fact that they are seemingly the big favorites, because Spain, they've got some experience, don't they? Some talent. And that's one of their talents right there, the 3-pointer from Mirdic.
And look at the patience and execution of that play. Was a penetration and a kick out to Mirdic. This is his favorite spot in that right corner. That's the second 3 that he knocked down from the same position.
Greece have already had to come back once, and now they're going to have to come back again. Spain's biggest lead is 7 points. Ball goes out of bounds, and goes back over to, they're going to reset the shot clock to 14.
I think Spain is doing a great job with their defense. We talked about it before the game, as we see the replay of that last situation. If Greece scores, they have a very good chance to win this game, but they are struggling. Only 16 minutes, they have scored only 20 points, so it's been an offensive struggle for Greece. And if the game is starting to favor Spain.
How long does he keep the Compo out of this? I mean, the guy's got 7 points and 9 rebounds. He was looking good, wasn't he? Surely they've got to bring him back in. Kofos. Or was he only that effective because Gasol was on the floor?
Well, I mean, he picked up a lot of his stats when Pau Gasol was on the bench. That's true.
Princesses for 3. Good, that's a big one for Princesses.
But I think that for Greece right now, it is a question of finding flow. They don't have any kind of an offensive flow. It is not about Antetokounmpo being on the bench or not.
That was a huge 3-pointer. Well, nobody picks him up, so he just banks it in. Sergio Yule picks up the win 6 a little bit. Now he's got 8 points.
But it's just smart basketball. Do the Spanish players take some high percentage shots, but when they have an open look at the basket, that's when they go for it.
Up top, guarded by Yule. Now Kalathis goes behind his back. 5 on the shot clock. Mirdic on Kalathis. Oh, nice pass over to Princesses, and his patented foot push shot. And that's what he's known for. But look at the veteran stepping up for Greece.
But it is so quick with Princesses. I don't think, as a defender, you have a chance. If you're not completely in contact with him, he's just going to shoot it over you before you have a chance even to raise your hands. Princesses
right now is guarding Mirdic underneath. Rudy has been quiet offensively. Now Rodriguez stops, gets it to Gasol, and he puts it up. Just I don't know if you would officially call that an alley-oop, but he just threw it up there, and Gasol just put it up off the glass.
And he didn't even come down with it. He caught it with his left hand and immediately laid it in. What a play by Pau Gasol. It is so difficult to do that on the move in traffic.
And he made it look easy.
He does look he makes look many things easy, very easy.
First foul picked up here by Jules. And 2:43 remaining here in the first half.
With the left hand in traffic on the move.
Yeah, if Gasol gets the ball that close to the basket, you like his chances of scoring. Spanulis, his jumper, too long now. Rodriguez goes baseline. And now a foul down in the lane.
Number 15 from Greece,
Greece. So Princess picks up his first foul.
There was the post-up situation. There's a lot of contact and banging going on there between Princess and Mirotic. You see right the post-up right here from the weak side. There's a flash into the lane. A good job, an aggressive move there by Mirotic. And Princess just kind of fell asleep there. Was half a step late to make a bump on the cutter.
Mirotic is at the line. Baroussis has come back into the game for Kufos. Meanwhile, you can see him right beside Gasol there.
Just to answer the question that you posed moments ago about Mirotic's role on the team, how difficult it is for him to go first time debut. I think that he's only 24 years old and he never was leader on any team that he played before. So this is a completely new role for him. Him and Pau Gasol are looked upon to be the leaders of the team. So they're not an easy situation, but I think that Nikola Mirotic is getting better as the tournament goes on.
Well, the talent is without question there for Mirotic. Spanulis. And now called on Spain. That is
foul called on number 14 from Spain.
So they're in the bonus already.
His second personal foul.
Anytime that you put two hands on the player, like you saw right there with Nikola Mirotic putting his two hands on Baroussis, the referee has been just so consistent with calling this kind of fouls.
Baroussis at the line, just having come in to replace Kufos. And this is the first. And right now, this is a Greek team that, don't forget, the expectations are high, but Spain over the years, psychologically, whatever you want to call it, maybe they have that confidence, that edge.
We said before, 1 game for Greece in the last 7 outings and 6 for Spain. So this is maybe the edge psychologically that you're speaking about.
Rudy. And Gasol, and good reach in by Baroussis to knock it away. Zisas quickly to Princesses, and Greece get 2 back quickly.
And this is the kind of fast break, the easy point that Sergio Scariolo does not like. He immediately got off the bench and was addressing his players.
So much better for Greece now. Coming up, and now a nice pass inside, and Greece, just nobody there to pick up Gasol.
That was a great clear off there. From the weak side, there was nobody present, and Pau Gasol just had all the room to operate.
Gasol now with 12 points. Zisas floats in the lane. Greece get a couple back again and get it back to 5. The deficit right now clearly manageable for Greece, but Spain are finding it easier to score some of their buckets. Rodriguez pulls up, and another one goes in. Great patience.
Absolutely not challenged by Baroussis. Baroussis just stood there with his hands down. He didn't even put it up to contest the shot. I don't think that's a good defense by Baroussis.
Baroussis puts up a 3. And now Rodriguez up ahead to Gasol. He's going to go in, and he is going to avoid the block from Baroussis, hit the layup, and Spain now have their biggest lead of the game. 9 points. Our alarm bell starting to ring back in Athens. 39-30. Spain on top of Greece. Where is this going wrong for Greece?
I think that they have not been able to find any kind of offensive flow. If you ask me, I think that Spain is executing perfectly. You cannot ask more offensively from Spain than what they do. They are frustrating the Greek players with their great execution.
But where's the physicality from Greece that we expect?
It's non-existent. This is what we said. A physical game was going to favor Greece.
Look at that. Made last 7 field goals, Spain. And they're making it look easy.
Where is the physicality of Greece? I mean, they have big bodies. They have athletes. They have experience. They have toughness. They have it all.
And Gasol's catching the ball in the lane. He's going up easily.
Yep. I mean, Pau Gasol is 2'14", as you see him finish right here on the fast break. But how about Sergio Rodriguez finishing in the lane over the centers? How about Sergio Llull penetrating? I mean, it's been too easy. The Greeks need to find their interior defense. Otherwise, it's going to be a long, long night for them.
You know, we'll never forget Greece upsetting United States 101-95 in 2006. Next game, they absolutely crashed to a heavy defeat to Spain in the title game in Japan. It's time for them to stand up. And they are down now with about 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Spanoulis steps back, and the bounce pass was red.
But if you say they gotta stand up, they have to do it. What's been working in the tournament for them so far. As you see the kick ball right here by Pau Gasol, and it's been defense. They are number 2 in the tournament in points allowed. They don't allow too many points, only 65 points.
Okay, let me ask you this. Who have they played? Have they played good opposition? They've come out of the group that some people would say would be the weakest group in Zagreb. And they also beat Belgium in the round of 16. So this is maybe their first real huge test here at the Eurobasket. And right now, they're not passing it. Spanoulis in the lane, back outside to Kalathis. Gets in and gets it to Baroussis. A nice play that time. And now Scariolo. Oh, interception by Kalathis. Now, Scariolo had already asked for a timeout, so really Spain may have caught a break here.
That's a tough call right there for Greece because
Scariolo had already asked for the timeout, and they were slow to ring the commissioner at the table, the buzzer. Now, I just wonder if Katsikaris is saying Scariolo did not ask for the timeout before the inbounds pass, but perhaps a break there for Scariolo in Spain.
This is a very complex situation. I think this is up to the commissioner there to kind of direct the things. Look at the story on the rebound. Still Greece dominating, but it is not making much of a difference there.
Well, and don't forget also Spain are making a lot of their own shots. So there aren't really that many offensive rebounds to be had.
I want to go back to the point that you just made. Was a really good point about the strength of the group. Because Spain came out of Group B from Berlin, and that was termed the group of death right there. Because there were 5 serious contenders: Turkey, Italy, Spain, home team Germany.
Yeah. And they had to really pull out all stops to beat Germany at the end, didn't they?
Serbia.
Serbia was a tough game. Tough opener.
Serbia is undefeated, so they had to go against tough opposition. And that's what Sergio Rodriguez was actually saying in the pregame interview. That was a great point too. He said, we've been under so much pressure. We lost our first game to Serbia. The pressure immediately started. And then we had to play all the way to the last game in the group stage. Then we won by only 1 point to not get eliminated.
And well, Dennis Schroeder came from within a missed free throw of forcing overtime for Germany against Spain in the last game.
So the pressure has been there the whole tournament. There for Spain. But Greece, as you said, maybe they have not really faced big-time pressure.
I mean, of course, these players have. Now, the final 5 seconds here of the half. Llull puts up a 3. And now, quickly, Kalathis gets it back and hits the rim, but I think it was after the buzzer. And I'm sure that Katsikaris and the Greeks will have something to say to the scores table as they walk past. Not happy that they didn't come up with a steal. Right now, they're trailing 39-32.
Analyzing the stats, similar shooting percentage than from the two. Still, Spain being more effective from beyond the arc. We said before, Greece owning the glass on the assist is the same. So I think if you analyze the situation just by the numbers, it is all about higher number of turnovers for Greece, Spain taking care of the ball and executing perfectly with a lot of patience. They are not rushing anything. They are playing with a lot more experience in this crucial game.
Whereas last time we saw Gasol hitting a lot of threes, now he's back to his old self. He's got 14 points, doing most of his damage inside.
But look at Mirotic, he's also up to 12 points, so it's a great 1-2 punch. As you see Pau Gasol passing on the replay right here. Again, you see it to Mirotic. That's a great cooperation there between the two big men. They play for the same club.
Yeah, what would you say
NBA.
right now? They're bullish on their chances of winning this game?
That's a good way to put it right there, because they play both for Chicago Bulls.
Absolutely. So Greece in a little bit of trouble. Only down 7, 39-32, but they need to turn things around. Come back for the second half action. We'll be right back here in about 13.5 minutes.
Frankie, si tu nous entends. Bon, voilà, on avait imaginé avec toi pouvoir faire un petit truc. Il est là-bas. Ah, ça y est, je l'ai repéré. Merci. Je l'ai. Donc, bah, écoute, c'est bien parce qu'avec Frankie, on met en place la dance cam. Ça danse, ça fait la fête tout au long de cette mi-temps. Allez. Hop. C'est chaud, c'est du bon son. Et là, vous allez pouvoir danser avec Frankie. Frankie, il a déjà engagé le rythme. So, you can dance with Frankie now. It's the dance cam.
This is how I roll. Animal print pants out control. It's Red Bull with the big ass bra. And like Bruce Lee, I got the clout. Yeah. Girls get that body.
Allez, on fait un gros, on va faire la plus grosse discothèque du monde peut-être aujourd'hui. Ici, au stade Pierre-Mauroy, les métropoles, autour de Frankie, tous ceux qui veulent danser sont les bienvenus. Comment? Allez les garçons, faites-vous plaisir. Ah, ça danse. Regardez tout là-haut, ça danse. À nouveau, salut les garçons. On a un mix, vous le voyez, de supporters de l'équipe de France, de celle d'Espagne qui s'exprime actuellement. Dance cam un petit peu partout dans le stade. Ça va vous tomber dessus. Faites attention, vous êtes en train de danser. Eh bien, vous allez peut-être devenir les stars et passer sur les écrans géants du stade Pierre-Mauroy Métropole. Maintenant, à l'occasion de cette dance cam, comment? Tout le monde? Yes, ça continue de danser un peu. L'Europe du basketball qui est là et qui fait la fête bien évidemment autour de ce premier match de la journée. Premier quart de finale, Espagne-Grèce. Alors, eh bien, elle est là, elle est bien là. Elle s'appelle la Skycam by Neko, que vous retrouvez ici. Regardez sur ces images impressionnantes. Elle flotte sur vous, c'est ce ballon dirigeable aux couleurs de Beko, bien sûr. La Skycam by Beko. Voilà, dès qu'elle passe sur vos têtes, surtout n'hésitez pas à lui faire un petit coucou et à nous dire, à l'Europe entière que vous êtes heureux d'être avec nous ici au stade Pierre-Mauroy, l'île Métropole.
I play to get along. I got my own style, you got your own style. I got my own style, you got your own style.
Oh, du cimetière, dans l'allée tout au fond, à 6 pieds sous terre. À deux, on se morfond. Moi j'avais mon style, toi t'avais ton style. Existe-t-il un autre style?
Toujours le stade qui danse, les dance cams toujours en place. On y retrouve tous les drapeaux présents aujourd'hui, peut-être les premiers drapeaux pour la Lettonie. Ceux de la France sont déjà là bien sûr, ceux de l'Espagne en pleine activité actuellement pour ce match Espagne-Grèce, et bien sûr tous les drapeaux grecs qui eux aussi flottent dans les tribunes du stade.
I got my own style, you got your own style.
Existe-t-il un autre style?
Je suis avec Rio Mavuba qui est dans son stade ici parce qu'il est capitaine du LOSC et donc il est aussi joueur international français. S'il vous plaît, faites du bruit pour Rio Mavuba qui est venu encourager l'équipe de France. Alors Rio, ici c'est votre stade. Est-ce que vous reconnaissez dans cette configuration basket?
Pas en stade de foot, mais comme je suis déjà venu au basket, je reconnais.
Oui, parce que donc, vous étiez à Montpellier pour soutenir les Bleus, vous étiez là dimanche, vous donnez un accro du basket en fait, ou alors vous êtes dans le coin?
Non, j'aime beaucoup le basket. Et là, tout à l'heure, on aura la chance de vivre un grand moment, j'espère, avec les Bleus, donc je suis là pour ça.
Justement, on m'a soufflé à l'oreille que vous avez préparé une petite surprise pour les Bleus avant leur match. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé dans les vestiaires?
On leur a offert, de la part du LOSC, évidemment, un maillot à chaque joueur du LOSC avec leur numéro.
Sympa, je suis sûre que ça va dû leur faire très très plaisir. Et alors là, du coup, le match Espagne-Grèce, un petit pronostic, parce que l'autre fois, le pronostic de la Lituanie, vous avez réussi, vous avez bien fait. Et donc là, il faudrait pronostiquer une victoire des Bleus. Donc là, petit prono maintenant.
Ça va être serré, je pense que les Grecs vont revenir, mais je pense que ça serait bien de taper l'Espagne ici. Donc on va dire l'Espagne.
On va dire l'Espagne. Voilà, je ne sais pas si vous avez fait un coup d'amis. En tout cas, bon, alors on va pronostiquer la victoire d'Espagne et pour pouvoir nous les rencontrer en demi-finale. On se voit tout à l'heure, merci beaucoup, très bon match.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick look at the statistics from the first half of this quarterfinal game between Spain and Greece. The leading scorer for Spain is Pau Gasol with 14, also the leading scorer of the entire game. For Greece, the leading scorer is Georgios Mirotic with 9 points. As for rebounds, the leading rebounder of the game, as for Greece.
39-32, Spain on top of Greece here at halftime of the first quarterfinal at Eurobasket 2015. And Pau Gasol, you just saw him, he has 14 points, and a lot of those points coming ever so easy. Surprising to see Greece not come out and really get after Spain defensively, perhaps, George, and maybe that's an area that they're going to have to step up here in the second half.
Absolutely agree. This is the #1 concern for them. As we see Antetokounmpo here in the warming up, I think he's going to be a crucial piece of the Greek defense if they should pick it up. At the moment, there's 39 points there for Spain on the board, and the average for Greece, as far as points allowed going to this game, was 65.7. So this is at half. They are getting very close to the score that the Greek team has been allowing for the whole game. That's the #1 question there for Greece to answer.
The Greek fans looking somewhat dismayed. And really, there's only 20 minutes to kind of save the Eurobasket. And the stakes are pretty high when you think that the the two teams to get to the final of the Eurobasket will qualify for the Olympics. The teams that finish 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th will earn trips to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments. There'll be 3 Olympic qualifying tournaments.
High stakes, and we spoke about Greece as being a deep team, a lot deeper than Spain at this Eurobasket. You know what's interesting and what stands out is actually Greece has been really and truly playing with only 5 players in the key rotation. So a really short rotation there for Coach Katsikaris. Things are not getting done off the bench. Bench scoring not a factor on both sides, but we were expecting a lot more from the Greek bench than the Spanish bench.
La primera, ¿vale? Vamos a jugar en este lado, con el taquín de Pau.
Similar situation with Kaimakoglu, but at this point I don't think that anybody
Lucas, he was so good at times in the tournament. He came in for a cameo to play 4 minutes, but wasn't able to do anything. And they've had to replace some nets. Meanwhile, at halftime, you could see the referee, the net man getting up there. So Fotis Katsikaris, clearly the sense of urgency is there. You can see, I'm guessing, this is all about the defense, the way they're motioning there
It has to be. The Greek defense will be the factor in the second half should they make a comeback. Right now they're down 7 points. As far as offense, I think that they have to be concerned more about getting more touches, more players involved there. Get into the motion. Start playing with ease. I think that they are playing with a lot of pressure. We said it before. There's so much expectation back home. Maybe this is the best Greek team ever assembled, the deepest team ever assembled. So expectations are sky high.
I think it's potentially, but I would still say let's go back to 2005, 2006. Those are some great teams.
But it's fairly close call.
Second half action underway here in Lille. It's the Eurobasket 2015 quarterfinal between Spain and Greece. Spain leading it by 7. And Mirotic gets inside and throws the ball away early. So that's a promising start here for Greece.
This is exactly what you don't want to do as Spain coming out of the huddle at halftime and committing a rare turnover. Only 3 turnovers there for Spain at halftime, so they were just really taking care of the ball well.
Antetokounmpo's in the starting lineup here, along with Koufos, Princesses, Spanoulis, and Kalathis. And Spanoulis comes up top now, being guarded by Pau Ribas. 5 on the shot clock. Ribas has left Valencia for Barcelona for next season. Here's Spanoulis, and that'll help settle the nerves. A 3-pointer.
He saved the day with a big 3-pointer, but still, I do not understand why Greece does not go to a post-up situation Antetokounmpo versus Rudy Fernandez. I have no idea why that is not working out.
Now Yule looks for a little bit of space. And Spanoulis went for the steal. Rudy over to Pau Ribas from the right. And that's good. They get the 3 right back.
That's a big mistake there by Spanoulis. He went for the steal, but you got to make sure that you have a chance.
Well, Pau Ribas has been shooting the ball well at the Eurobasket. Now it's Antetokounmpo. Here's what you wanted to see. And he goes right at Rudy Fernandez.
And Rudy Fernandez is not healthy. He's not at 100%. So that's why Antetokounmpo at 2'11" has to have a huge advantage. As you see it right here, what can Rudy Fernandez do? This was the desperation 3-pointer by Spanoulis.
Kalathis is going to inbound it. And he gets it over to Spanoulis. Puts up another 3, short. And now cross court over to Fernandez. Back to Gasol, passes up the 3, then goes right around. Koufos, and Koufos gets the swat. Koufos on the SWAT team. Rudy then almost gets the steal. And Antetokounmpo goes in for a 3-point play opportunity.
That is a huge play right in a sequence there for Greece, almost getting the ball turned over, but Antetokounmpo saves the day and lays it in, a chance for a 3-point play.
And don't forget, look at this play.
This could be a momentum changer here in the game. A lot of energy and positives there happening there for Greece. This is what we were expecting and asking Greece to do. Play some tough defense. Not only with the body, but also the bigs like Bourousis, Koufos. They have to make some blocks in the lane.
Well, we saw a Rudy Gobert block of Pau Gasol really helped France last year in the quarterfinals of the FIBA Basketball World Cup and their win over Spain. And now we'll see what kind of effect Koufos can have here going up against Gasol. So Greece missed the free throw and remain 5 points behind. And good help there. Now Antetokounmpo, and quickly pushes up the floor, and the foul call before the shot, but much better for Greece.
And he's taking over. Give a lot of credit to Antetokounmpo. This was a second steal in the second half. He is in the right place at the right moment. He's got the skills. He's got the potential. He's an unlimited athlete. So look for him to be the focal point of Greek defense in the second half. He can bring them back single-handedly.
Well, it's interesting they are able to push it up the floor quickly. So usually the Greeks much more deliberate. Here's Spanoulis, just gets in the lane and scores with ease.
And the Greeks are on the attack. You see they put Spain on their heels. Spanoulis attacking, Antetokounmpo playing defense, Koufos blocking shots. This is Greece that we know.
Yule over to Ribas. Yule puts up a 3, misses everything. Now, Antetokounmpo. Another rebound. He's got 10 rebounds now to go with his 9 points. And the pass, he's able to save it and get it back to Koufos. So Greece can tie it with a 3. Spanoulis passes up the 3 over to Kalathis, has his feet set. Go! Good! Nothing but the bottom of the net for Kalathis. And just like that, it's a tie game. Timeout. George, as Spain called a timeout, it's not the physicality that's changing the game. It's just the much better defense, coming up with a couple of steals, getting into transition. You see the score by quarter, 10-3 for Greece here in the third. In that first 5 minutes of the second half is oh so important in a game, isn't it?
It is about defensive attitude of Greece in the third quarter. They came in and they started playing some tough defense. They started with getting the ball after the turnovers, and then the defense sets the offense. This is what it's all about for Greece. They start with defense and build their confidence for offense.
One word for you, George. You know what it is? Intensity.
It has to be
much better intensity, much more intensity from Greece.
This is what you expect in a quarterfinal. I mean, if you get
where was it in the first half?
I have no idea. We were all shocked just watching Greece not being as intensively as we expected.
And really, they're being led by Antetokounmpo in that department. His intensity has been phenomenal.
And I was calling for it. He's such a phenomenal athlete that he can do so much for you defensively and offensively.
So now, how are Spain going to react under a little bit of pressure? Well, just like we said, the Greek players are used to it, playing at big-time clubs. So are the Spanish players. Here's Rudy Fernandez. He puts up a jumper. That's kind of a crazy shot in that situation, and Antetokounmpo gets the rebound.
I don't think it's a shot that you want coming out of the huddle. This is not what Sergio Scariolo likely drew up.
Now Mirdis is guarding Princesses, and will Antetokounmpo get the ball and back up Rudy again? And no, it's going to be Spanoulis that's going to put it up, and Gasol with the rebound. And I agree with you. I think that might be an advantage that Greece are not taking full advantage of. Spanoulis commits the foul.
Why are they going away from the situation? This is the tactical foul to stop the fast break. But why are they going away from Antetokounmpo in the post? You can throw the lob pass. He can get it over Rudy Fernandez. He can post him up. And he's a smart player. I mean, even for his age, if he's doubled, he's going to look for his teammate. He's going to pass it out.
Meanwhile, at the other end, it's Spanoulis guarding Rudy, and Antetokounmpo guarding Pau Ribas. Now Koufos pushes Pau Gasol out of the lane. Now Gasol backs him up. Oh, team from Antetokounmpo. Goodness gracious. What a play. Now, Glathis. And the youngster is the one that set the tone, folks. Princesses, the push-up, and the Greeks have taken the lead.
I think it's all starting for Greece with their defense. They're feeding off their defense, getting the confidence going. They immediately go to the other side and score easy basket. Everybody's fired up on the floor and on the bench for Greeks.
The push down low with the chance of Hellas. Hellas ringing throughout this arena here in Lille, France. Watch this again. The swat.
At number 6, Sergio Rodriguez.
Just being in the right position, Antetokounmpo can move so quickly in the lane that you don't have a chance to do anything.
And Pau Ribas.
You might be wondering if it was on the way down, but whatever. It was a terrific defensive play. Now Yule pulls up, and
Antetokounmpo.
Only one person going to get that rebound.
It is a true one-man show here for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Galatas, Sally. Oh, Baron the jam from Koufos. And Greece starting to take control of this game.
So important for somebody else, but Spanoulis to control the ball too. Galatas, great job. One-on-one, two-man play there.
Rodriguez. Back to Powell, and he's going to put up a three. It's good!
He's there to answer the call. The big man shooting a huge three-pointer to stop the bleeding for Spain.
Oh, what a momentum changer that could end up being.
But still, this is why he's the leading scorer in the tournament. He knocks down big shots.
17 points for Pau Gasol. Now the defense and a foul. I believe it's on Reyes, who checks into the game.
Foul call on number 9, Felipe Reyes from Spain.
Scariolo, here it is again.
There was a lot of contact there from Reyes. It was good defense by Rodriguez, but Reyes just clearly reached in. Oh, look at the face of Galatas. I mean, he's all scratched up. And Felipe was wondering, why is the foul called? Here's the answer. Just look at Galatas.
We're back into the game.
His second personal foul.
Scariolo, he's got Galatas at the line. So Claver and City Road Spanish players, we were talking about Greece. He's going to have to come out of the game. And Nico
Zis is
For Greece, into the game, Nikos Zis.
We're talking about Greece needing to pick up the physicality. Now it has to be the other way, and that was quite clearly a foul on Reyes. That was almost a punch in the face.
But have you heard this one before? I mean, who brings the heart to the game? He's got a lot better chance to win it. I mean, this has been the case here in the first quarterfinal. All about heart and intensity.
Now he's getting a little bit of help over there. I'm not sure what that yellow stuff was they're putting on Kalathis' face. Look at the free throw percentages for both teams. Now out the goal, much better defensively for Greece. Yule. And gets it to Gasol. What a play from Sergio Yule and Pau Gasol. Looks like he was going to put up the short jumper, but instead passed it to Gasol and he tied it.
Now look at the patience by Pau. He just got it, faked out his defender, then laid it over him.
Barus is going to come back into the game. The next dead ball, you can see. Kalathis, I think, also is going to come back in.
Spain is going to zone defense.
Kofos in the lane, and the soft Kofos.
This is the way that you beat it. You have to go inside and outside. Kofos was there on the cut, and he makes a nice jumper. That was actually a jump hook over Pau Gasol.
And the chance of Hellas continues to ring throughout this.
Foul is called on number 34, Yanis Antetokounmpo.
That's his only second personal foul. I think it is crucial for Antetokounmpo to be very smart with his fouls. He cannot get into foul trouble because he's been setting the defensive example for the Greek team. They're just feeding off his energy.
See the Kalathis for Katsikaris. He's been out there for this run. He wants to get him back out there, and there he is. Oh, and again, a little dump. And Gasol, a little surrounded, gets it back, and takes the contact. And two shots coming for Gasol. They had him surrounded.
But that is just so big time for Pau Gasol. He was surrounded by three defenders. Bourousis, Printesses, and Antetokounmpo all just collapsing on Pau Gasol. But somehow he gets it blocked, gets it back, but goes right back. This is a warrior right there with Pau Gasol.
I'm not sure what else Bourousis. Oh no, he kind of looked like he kind of fouled him, put his body into him.
And he kind of put his hands down as well. I think that anytime that you put your hands down, you give a chance to referee to call the foul. Oh, what a fight there by Pau Gasol. I mean, you know how many times in the tournament, in the group stage or in the 8th final, he was carrying his team. Let's not forget that against Poland, he was tied with 55 out of 3 points, and Pau Gasol just completely took over with the 3-point shooting performance.
Some full court pressure, George, here. And I like the lineup that Spain have out there. It's kind of a scrappy lineup.
But right now it's important if the Spanish zone's going to work against the Greek offense.
So they're trying to get Greece out of sync here. Spanoulis and gets it inside, and the help, and Claver can't stop Barus.
2 points for
excellent patience, but also a little bit of luck with that possession.
Takes the lead.
Now Rodriguez puts up a 3, rims out. Barus with the board. Gets space, puts it up, and both players now with quick shots, Rodriguez and Spanoulis.
Spanoulis had a great look at the basket.
Pass back out to Rodriguez from Yule. Gasol left open again, that's short.
That's a good shot for Pau Gasol. As we said before, going into this game, he was 8 for 10 from the 3-point line.
But Scariolo telling his guys to be more patient. It's 2 quick threes for Spain.
Still, Pau Gasol is up to 21 points in the game.
Bounce pass to Bourousis, and good job, but they couldn't get the rebound. Antetokounmpo gets it back, 10 on the shot clock. Gets it to Princesses, who pushes it up and in.
Look at Antetokounmpo, he just fights to stay with the ball. He was out of bounds, but he went back into the court and made a great pass there for Princesses, who finishes it with a quick shot.
13 rebounds, meanwhile, for Antetokounmpo. Gasol, a little bit of adversity now for Spain. Trailing by 4. And it goes to Reyes, pump fake. Gets the rebound back, puts it up and in, and Gasol was there.
2 points for the
This is tenacity of Pau Gasol. He stays with it, gets the offensive tip in.
Oh, Reyes as well. Missed his shot. put it back up. And now, minute and 20 to go here in the third. Kalatis, short jump shot. Good.
This is how you beat the zone up, the zone defense. I would say that the Spanish zone defense is being effective, but somehow Kalatis found a way to beat it this time.
We're back to a 4-point lead, and Borussis reaching over, commits his fourth foul. See the field goal.
Foul on number 5 from Greece.
That is just sizzling, and look at Borussis just reaching around Pau Gasol, drags him down, and he's going to have to go to bench. This was the last shot by Kalatis over the zone defense of the Spaniards. Actually, Borussis was not happy. He was signaling to the bench to keep him on the floor, but I think it's a smart move. It was the only move that Coach Costiganes could have made. We still got 11 minutes to go, and he's got 4 fouls.
That's one option. They might be able to go for material for Gasol at the line.
Gasol makes the first of his 2 free throws.
Just keeping Spain in the game. Look at that. He's already got 24 points today, so he's surpassed his tournament average.
And Gasol's second free throw cuts the lead to 2 points for Greece.
That's a tactical substitution right here. I think his Bones is going to get it 1 minute. The rest plus the intermission between third and fourth quarter is going to go back into the game.
So key moments here for Reyes guarding Kufos. Now Mirdic presumably will be on Princesses.
Spain goes back to man-to-man defense.
And this is a tough matchup for Claver. He's sagging on Antetokounmpo. He's open in the right corner. Sees this. Gets in the lane, puts it up, and in!
What a typical shot for Zizi. I thought he almost lost the handle of the ball, but somehow was able to shoot it over defense.
Rodriguez, foul again. So free throws.
I don't know if you would agree with me. I think that now the Spain's done a good job of slowing down the tempo and stabilizing things. And just taking some of it. You see the equilibrium shot right here by Zizi's overlay. That was not an easy shot to make.
More nearly Spain right now.
Pau is playing some heavy minutes.
Navarro's not here this summer.
But also, I think that Greece had all the on their side, so I think that you just want to calm it down. You don't want Antetokounmpo just being all over the place, getting rebounds, blocking shots, starting the fast break, filling the lanes on the fast break. Just will calm things down, just exactly as you said. I have to say that Spain is playing they play some smart basketball under any circumstances. They are not easy to put them under pressure. They're not going to come.
They certainly had a back into the game. So Antetokounmpo gets a breather here. Preferably in the right corner for Greece has come into the game. The last 4 seconds. And preferably right off the bench. Misses. And the shot from Yule.
At the end of the third quarter, the score is Spain 55, Greece 57.
As it is, the close game that we all expected.
Allez, showtime, c'est reparti.
And now lead is 57. Much better now for Greece. This is a crucial position.
Mr. Greece holding a big edge there on the rebound. But if I look at the individual stats actually at the scores, and for Spain it is a 2-man shoulder for Pau Gasol with 25 points and Nikola Mirotic with 12. On the other side, it's a much more even scoring there for Greece. Only in double figures is Georgios Princesses with 13. So I think that Greece especially got into this run and went back into the game and claimed the lead that they have at the moment because they play team basketball, involved a lot of players.
And crucially, at halftime, Greece had 7 turnovers. You know how many turnovers they have right now? 7. They didn't turn the ball over at all in that third quarter. And early on, Spain was benefiting from
Smart play.
Yeah, well, some mistakes by Greece.
But I think they do it offensively what exactly Spain was doing. They just take care of the ball, go for the high percentage shots. They were able to fill the lanes on the fast break, feeding off great defense. So this is all you ask for if you coach Cacicares. I think that Spain did a great job of kind of getting things under control and controlling the tempo in the last 3 minutes. That's why we have only a 2-point lead for Greece at the moment. Otherwise, I think it could have been up to double digits. What do you think about fatigue, Jeff? Fourth quarter right here.
I don't think it's going to matter. I'll tell you why. They've had the day off. They've had a good day of rest. These are big boys. They can take it.
But both coaches are going with some short rotation. They're using 6-7 players on both sides.
Yeah, from that standpoint, you're right. So probably Greece. Well, I would say Greece would have a bigger advantage. Maybe somebody's going to come off the bench here for Spain. Somebody else right now is the rest of Claver. In that lineup. Haven't seen anything from Fernando Santiago today. He hasn't come into the game. Rodriguez got away with a shirt tuck there. Now loses it. Out it goes to Zizis for 3, and the ball rims out. And what a rebound from Claver.
This is an interesting move by Cacicares to insert Perperoglu into the game. He hasn't played all 30 minutes now. He got last possession of the third quarter and is in the lineup still.
Up top. And a foul down low on holding Reyes.
That's a mismatch right there for Felipe Reyes against Perperoglu. He ducks in, goes for the post up, and nothing to do for Perperoglu but to foul it. Look at it one more time. That's an aggressive post up by Felipe Reyes. He's got a size advantage, no question.
Reyes goes right around Bufos and calls the foul. So Bufos now.
Foul on number 13 from Greece, Kostas Bufos.
Good drop pass with Felipe Reyes. He spins off lot slow with Bufos. It's a smart play by Reyes. But the foul was before the shot was taken.
So in the grand scheme of things, it's not a bad foul for Greece. So they are very quickly going to be the bonus here.
Foul is on number 6 from Greece, Nikos Zizis. That's his third personal foul. They will take out from the baseline.
This could be a big factor down the road in this game.
I think the way that Spain have been shooting their free throws.
And especially how close the game has been. The free throw shooting is going to become a big factor, I think.
Always is.
And those shots are free.
Got to catch it. Rivas. Now Reyes goes hard and holds it, and Bufos takes up the foul.
Foul is going on number 13 from Greece, Kostas Bufos.
Got a little bit of arm there.
I disagree because there was a great play by Felipe Reyes. Look at the he's got an advantage in speed against Bufos. He takes him hard to the basket when he draws the foul. Very smart play by the veteran. You have to play to your advantage. Felipe Reyes clearly does have an advantage against Bufos from the 3-point line facing it.
So Reyes, the Real Madrid veteran.
First free throw is good for Reyes.
Getting a breather. How long will it be before they come back into the game? And the first miss, but Claver gets a couple rebounds after this free throw. And the quick comes for Greece. He can always come up with a steal.
What a rebound there by Claver over under the combo. I mean, you're talking about taking a rebound away from a great athlete, and here was a tip pass there by Colates.
Shot clock. Rodriguez looks up. Time to go to work. 2 on the shot clock. He's going to put up a 3. And that time from the Greeks. Now Rivas. It's Colates. Sergio Rodriguez on him. puts up a shot, no good. Claver crashes the board, gets another rebound, and that's what he's bringing to the Spaniards right now.
But what an offensive grind there for the Greeks. There's not much happening for them offensively.
Now Reyes again, puts it up and in!
If you don't have anything, just go to the mismatch. Again, the Spaniards realize that Bufos got such a disadvantage in speed with Felipe Reyes, and Felipe takes advantage.
Well, Princess and Spanulis are going to come back in with Spain having gone back in front. Again, Gasol still catching a breather. And now Reese, the turnover. Mirotic 3-on-1 fast break. Mirotic gets it back in. Puts it up! The slam from Mirotic! And it looks at Giannis Antetokounmpo and says, "You ain't in this, buddy."
Rightfully so. I mean, he finished the break with authority.
And just like that, Spain have taken the momentum back. And Greece have called in the timeout.
Let's go, nice, relax. Βασίλη, μένε στον Νίκλε. Πάμε.
What's happened here in this zone? Spain with Gasol on the bench.
Κοιτάξτε άμα παίξουν ζώνη γρήγορα. Πάμε την μπάλα εδώ πέρα και παίζουμε ένα...
I think they just continue the smart play of the last 3 minutes of the third quarter. They are slowing things down. They are making it difficult for Greece to get any kind of effort. There's a lot of fouls. There's a lot of stoppage of play. This favors Spain in the game.
But what's happened to Greece's offense?
Because there's no flow. There's absolutely no flow. They cannot get anything going. This is the last fast break. The dunk over under the combo. It's so much energy there for Spain.
Athleticism and speed. He's only skimming the surface.
But just let me praise Spain. The smartest basketball that I have seen anywhere. They don't make any mistakes. They understood they almost crumbled under the pressure, but just came back with a perfect game plan.
Still a long way to go. Greece not Greece, but into the game. Sets the pick, rolls. Princess gets it outside. Now he goes right at Mirotic. Clock down to 5, and Princess misses. This time, the rebounding machine, Reyes gets the rebound. Reyes goes inside, goes up, and the follow from Claver, who's having a major impact on this game for Spain here in the fourth quarter.
And there's no question that Spain is the aggressor at the moment. Look at Claver not being boxed out, and an easy tip-in for him.
Well, he's turning into a little bit of an X factor here for Spain. Claver with his play inside. Spanulis, Greece need a basket. Pass back over to Antetokounmpo for 3. Ice running in his veins. 62-60.
He's a young player, but he plays big. 20 years old. Antetokounmpo nails a three-pointer.
12 points, 13 rebounds for that young man. Rodriguez back outside to Claver, now into Reyes on the baseline. Claver with the offensive rebound, tried to score with the putback, but back over to Greece now. Would have maybe done better to pull that one down, Claver. And foul on Rodriguez.
And if you ask me why Claver is playing so effectively, because he is playing in his natural position. He is a small forward. Sergio Scario tried to play him at the big forward, the power forward. This was the last three-pointer. A key shot there to stop the momentum there for the Spains by Antetokounmpo
with a hand in his face.
So Claver is, in my opinion, is playing great basketball because he's back to his natural position of small forward. That's why he's giving the boost to the Spaniards.
So Reyes is at the 4, the power forward. Gasol back into the game. Yule back into the game. And now foul committed by Reyes as he bumps Spanulis. That is the second team foul. Now, interestingly, any more fouls by Greece and Spain will be shooting free throws, and we've still got 6 minutes to go. Yep, and just 2 on Spain. Just 2 team fouls. Spanulis gets in the lane and then stops. Claver with another board.
Oh, he was able to create separation, just couldn't finish that shot.
Yeah, that was really Spanulis' shot to make, wasn't it?
He was on the move and really created separation between him and Gasol.
Rodriguez gets in, pulls up, puts it in, and Spain take it back up by 4.
Exact same situation on the other side. Separation between Rodriguez and Koufos, but Rodriguez stopped on 2 feet and was able to lay it over Koufos.
Claver bumped by Koufos. And a foul called on Claver.
That's an aggressive mistake right now because Claver understands how important Antetokounmpo is to Greece. He really stays close up to him, and in that situation, he holds him in the screen.
Now with 3 team fouls on Spain. You can see on the graphic there on the screen underneath the ESP for Spain, they've got 3 yellow lights on, so that's 3 fouls, team fouls. And now it's 4. A foul called, another one on Reyes.
That's fouls in quick succession. We said it before. The bonus situation when the team goes to the free throw line will be a huge factor.
But he stepped right in front of Koufos, I mean.
But he attacked him. I think that anytime that you go to a cutter and you attack him with your elbows, you cannot put the momentum forward. I mean, you give a good chance to referees to call the foul.
So, Mirotic back in, perhaps a little bit more flash and dash offensively, but to lose possibly a little bit of grit on the boards without Reyes. Zisas for 3, and the ball stays out, but Antetokounmpo with the rebound.
A huge offensive rebound. It's a rebound number 14, Jeff.
Spanulis, a true classic 2 on the shot clock. Zisas for 3, and off the back of the rim, and the ball goes over to Greece. Mirotic can't believe it, but Princess has put pressure on him from behind, and the referee says it's Greek ball.
And you were right with Felipe Reyes going to the bench immediately. 2 offensive rebounds. This is the last situation.
And that is an excellent call, I think, by the referee. Yep. LaMonica. 10 on the shot clock. Zisas gets it back to Koufos, couldn't quite catch it in his stride. Princess now puts it down. And he's going to put one up and doesn't get it. Koufos keeps it alive, and Claver also fights, and Gasol comes down with the ball.
That was a double box out right there on Koufos between Gasol and Claver.
George, a true classic here unfolding before us. A tight one between 2 heavyweights. Gasol gets in the lane, puts it up, and Claver bats it out to Mirotic. Mirotic takes a 3 quickly, and I'm not sure that's what Spain wanted. And it goes back to Greece with under 4 minutes remaining. Antetokounmpo. He says, look out, here I come. Spins, gets inside, and traveling the ball. Antetokounmpo on the spin.
That is a tough goal right there by Luigi LaMonica. It was so quick that I didn't even see the field. Let's see it one more time.
He shuffled his feet when he started to turn, it looked like.
Probably not the call, not a traveling call there in the NBA, but here in Europe, in international basketball, I think this is what they're going to call.
I'm going to tell you what, Scariolo has been over there barking out traveling all game long. Look at that. Greece, 9 turnovers, Spain, 6. And it goes. Rodriguez, a little short, good defense, hand in the face. Mirotic gets it back for Spain and fouled by Barousas. That is him. He is fouled out of the game.
He had ball in his hands, loses the ball, and as a result, he commits his 5th foul. He's out of the game. And that's tough because Koufos immediately has to come back to the game. Look at the replay right here.
Oh, well, he popped him right in the face.
He reached in. Oh, there's no question about that.
So 3:33 remaining, 64-60 Spain. Barousas out of the game. Koufos has a couple of fouls. And, you know, I think your point about Spain, when Greece made their run, they could have caved in at that point. And they just were able to stabilize things.
To slow things down.
And interestingly, Spain then kind of nudged, went back in front at the start of the 4th with the reserves on the court with Claver.
But I don't know if you agree with me. I would say that Spain is not playing pretty basketball. They are playing some effective basketball.
I do agree with you, George. It's not often that I do agree with you, but I do agree with you on that. Of course I agree with you all the time.
Not a bad option there for Spain to have somebody at the free throw line, because at the moment they're shooting 12 for 13 from the line, over 90%. And Nikola Mirotic is a great free throw shooter.
Well, Mirotic, you know, for so long, would he ever play for this team with Serge Ibaka, also a Spanish national team player? Here he is, and he's having a big game today. Look at that, 93% for Spain at the line, just 43% for Greece, although they've only taken 7 free throws. And now Yule commits the foul and puts Spanoulis on the line. So 3 fouls on Yule, and I don't know what you think about that, but that's kind of an easy way to give Greece some free throws.
This is not what you want if you Spain. You don't want to stop clock. You want Greece to work hard for their points. And I think that Spanoulis just was looking for that contact. He knows that he's going to have to make his free throws, that's for sure. And that was well short.
Well, it's not surprising. We're watching another Greek drama here against Spain. They've played some interesting games over the years, and this is another game. Full court pressure here by Greece. Butler is going to bring it up against Spanoulis. And his pass too hard off the hands of Gasol, goes out of bounds.
I don't even know if that was intended for Paul Gasol or for Yuri, who was cutting down the lane on the other side.
Yeah, he wasn't throwing it to Gasol.
It was to Yuri, and Paul just kind of reached in and deflected the pass.
So a chance for Greece. The pressure forcing the turnover, at least contributing to it. Spanoulis, under 3 minutes to go. And Princesses gets it. Kalatas now in the corner. Out to Princesses for 3. And he was short, and Antetokounmpo reaches in and gets it back for Greece.
That's an incredible rebound by Antetokounmpo. He just reached in between 3 Spanish defenders.
15 rebounds for Antetokounmpo. Kalatas, 2 on the shot clock. And puts up a little runner. Gets the rebound back. And travels. He went up and he came down with it. And it goes back over to Spain.
That is no question that this was travel, because Kalatas, after getting the offensive rebound, he goes up for the shot. He sees the big guys. Let's look at it one more time. You see, this power right there.
Yeah.
He throws it to himself. He passes the ball to himself. Anytime you do that.
And who made the call? Powell. You're not going to argue with Powell, are you? The referee. But it was an easy one. Look at that. Greek field goals this quarter, 1 of 10. The well is dry. The clock now starting to become the enemy of the Greeks. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. Yule. Back out it goes. 2 on the shot clock. Yule. And terrific. Nope. Mirotic was boxed out, but the call is Princesses had him locked down.
And he hooked him with his right arm, and what a fight there by Mirotic for the position. Great rebounders always fight for the position. Look at Mirotic, the way what he does before the ball goes to the rim. All the work is done with it before the shot is taken.
Well, Mirotic has 16 points. Gasol 25 to lead Spain.
That's 41 points out of 66 from your power forward.
These guys know each other. Obviously, they play all year together. And I think Powell gave Mirotic a huge endorsement, obviously, to come into this team. 17 points, 7 of 7 at the line. And now 8 of 8 at the line. Spain as a team at the line, 15 and 16. You got to make your free throws, folks. 68-61. Now the Greeks in a little bit of trouble. And Spanoulis puts up a tough shot. Koufos was there. Yule gets it in the open floor. And Antetokounmpo was back, ready to commit the block or to foul. And Yule wisely brought it out.
Very wisely. It was a smart play by Yule to pull back, because you had Antetokounmpo chasing down.
Rodriguez. 4 on the shot clock. Gasol. And goes up. And the steal now. Antetokounmpo in the lane, and he goes up, but travels yet again.
Let's see the replay. He's too fast for him.
And Garbajosa, look at Jorge Garbajosa there, making the call from the Spanish international. Look, here's where it starts. They knocked the ball away from Gasol at the end of the shot clock. And this is where
that was travel even in the first place. Not even when he was jumping through the defender. There was almost travel 2 times on that situation. He's young and exciting player, but he did travel. There's no question about it.
Well, 68-61. There's still time for Greece, but it hasn't. They haven't had any offensive rhythm. The fluidity hasn't been there, has it, offensively?
Yeah, but it starts for them from defense, and Spain has been just playing so patient. They've been slowing things down. So then there's Greeks that cannot get there with the block shots, with the turnovers, with the steals, and unfortunately for them, that's the start of anything positive happening for them.
Also, are Greece kind of paying the price a little bit for their approach to the game in the first half? They came back, they took the lead. They weren't able to really put the pedal to the metal, really, after they took the lead in the third quarter.
But still, I mean, I believe that Spain, even though they are short-handed, they don't have all their players here. They have the core of the players is so experienced that they executed a perfect game plan.
Look at the numbers: 12 points, 50 rebounds, for Antetokounmpo.
He's going to have to pull off some magic right now because it's only 1 minute 19 to go in the game, and Spain is up 7.
I mean, anybody that has watched Greece over the years knows they are well in this game.
Now they're going to go small. You see the substitution. Nico Zizis comes in for Printers. So Antetokounmpo is going to move to a power forward spot. You're going with a small lineup, 3-guard lineup there for Greece. They want to speed things up.
And Spain, meanwhile, get trapped, and they turn it over right into the hands of Kalathis. He needs to give it back to Antetokounmpo. No, he's going to take it. That gets it back to 5. Spain looking vulnerable as they try to bring it up the floor.
That was a costly mistake right there by Yuri because he allowed the trap to come to him, and all of a sudden he was surrounded. He should have reacted faster.
Now, Spain, look at Kalathis saying he got hit as he was driving. Now watch this. Kalathis just takes it away. Now he says he got hit, and there was contact, but
he initiated it.
Yeah, you're right. I thought he made a mistake by not giving it back to Antetokounmpo, but he finished it quite well. Rodriguez. Ooh, the free throws, George.
Did you say
a little bit harder to make at this time of the game?
Did you just say a minute ago, that you have to make your free throws, folks?
You got to make them. 7 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds to Rodriguez. Makes 1 of 2. That's a big one. Gets it up to 6. With 1:04 remaining. Will Greece look for a 3? Or they just try to get a quick basket? Koufos sets the pick. Kalathis has to give it back to Antetokounmpo. The time is a ticking, folks. Spanoulis, 8 on the shot clock. Spanoulis guarded by Yule. And Spanoulis takes a very difficult shot. And Gasol gets the rebound. Now Greece, are they going to have to foul Rodriguez? Koufos tried to foul Rodriguez, they didn't call it. 33 seconds left. And now Kalathis takes it away from Rodriguez and goes in and gets the layup. Another mistake. Incredibly by Rodriguez.
Can you believe that he just turned it over right at the half-court line and immediately does a score of that situation?
Well, that steal of basket has kept Greece in it. I thought they'd let too much time go off the clock.
And I thought Rodriguez was surprised that he wasn't getting fouled.
Interesting close to the game here. Over the years, I repeat, we have seen some remarkable comebacks by Greece. 2008 quarterfinals against Slovenia, they were down. They came back and won that game. 2005 Eurobasket in the semifinals against France, down big in the final minute, and they came back and won that game before winning the title. 2-second effort points and rebounds. So when it comes to Greece, you never count them out.
But it's a huge mistake there by Rodriguez. He's so experienced. I am surprised that he did not see that coming from the back.
The only thing he did right there was not foul Kalathis for a potential three-point play.
And it's the second time that Kalathis in a short succession makes a heads-up play. I mean, the double there on Yuri. Now he steals the ball from Rodriguez.
France Latvia coming up next, but right now it's buckle your seatbelts, folks. It's crunch time. Are Greece going to pull off something special, or is Spain going to close this out? Yule comes out, and Greece play defense, and Gasol does get it in just in time. And he's fouled. Katsikara says there should have been a violation. He's not giving it any time. 5-second violation, but
again, Calates comes close to stealing the ball from Pau Gasol. He's just all over the place now. Gambling a bit, but it's been paid off.
Well, again, must-makes here for Gasol in Spain. Incredibly, the basketball gods smiled on Spain and Pau Gasol with that free throw.
He was pushing it in with his eyes. Did you see that? He stepped over the free throw line and just kind of pushed it in with his eyes.
Makes just 1 of 2. So back to a 5-point game. Greece, will they look for a 3? Will they go hard to the basket? It's going to be Calates for 3. Go! Good! He gets it back to a 2-point game! The Greek drama, folks, is happening again. Now Rodriguez gets up, and the foul by Calates with 13.6 seconds remaining. And to be honest, the only good thing for Greece here is that it happened so quickly. There's still 13.6 seconds remaining.
And the other good thing is that the unsportsmanlike foul was not called.
And are you surprised? With him being the last man back, he was going for the ball.
That's at 50-50 because he was fouled from the back, and there was nothing between the shooter and the basket. That was extremely close call.
Yeah, close call. But I hate seeing an unsportsmanlike in that situation.
I don't think he can call it.
Rodriguez makes both free throws. And timeout. Well, 13.6 seconds remaining. Greece, their hopes hanging by a thread here. They've got possession. What are they going to do? They've got to get a quick basket, a steal or a foul.
It's not much time, 13.6 seconds. I think they should go for a quick basket.
Look at the three-point shooting there for both teams. Greece has hit some threes, including the last one by Calates.
It's only 32%. I think Spain, you always want to get as close as you can to 40%, and Spain is a lot closer than Greece.
But, you know, will Spain give up a three-pointer?
No, they will not. I expect them to commit a foul.
This is crucial right here, George. Look, 19 of 22 at the line for Spain. One of those, the Pau Gasol shot, that hit the rim 3 or 4 times. Went down.
86%, it's a great free throw percentage, but I expect Spain to fall early. That's all they want to do. They just want to manage stuff. I would manage it. I wouldn't let it involve. Be worried about it. Take 1 or 2, 3 seconds off the clock, I did it, and just get them on the line.
What is it about Spain and Greece? The Greeks just have such a hard time going up against this Spanish team. Of course, having Pau Gasol scored 26 points for Spain is not what they wanted to see, but you can almost expect that from the great man. Antetokounmpo now. Will they get a 3 for Spanoulis? He gets it. And he does get up a 3. And Antetokounmpo gets the rebound. Back outside over to Slukas for 3. Good! 4 seconds left. It's a 1-point game. Unbelievable poise from Antetokounmpo, and also to find Slukas. And it just is not easy for Spain. And don't forget the prospect. They've got to inbound the ball. Anything can happen.
They're going to go for a steal.
But they're going to advance it.
Yeah, it's going to be advanced to half court, so they're going to go for a steal. They're going to risk, but they cannot risk so much. With the player that catches the ball after this inbound and gets away from the defender, you have to commit immediate foul because you got only 4 seconds to go in the game. The clock is the enemy. Wow. For the Greeks.
Yes, it is, but at least the 2 late three-pointers, one from Calates and one from Slukas. It's given them that little bit of hope. Look at this. How is that impressive? Slukas. You know, I know you've only got so many minutes for so many players. And Calates has played well, but it's hard to put Slukas hasn't played that.
Well, I think that he hasn't got much of a run because Antetokounmpo was playing such a great game at the 3, so they stayed with the ball with the small forward Antetokounmpo all the majority of the times. But then you have a less space there for rotation of the guard.
to get the steal, or try to get the foul if they don't get the steal. And they get it to Gasol, and Kufas fouls with 2.7 seconds remaining.
And then it's costly 2 seconds. This lapse on the clock. Since before Kufos was able to chase down Pau Gasol. If you ask me about my analysis right now, you go for the make on the first one. There's no question about it. On the second one, I think that you miss it.
Yeah.
Because before they collect the rebound,
that's a dangerous game to play, George.
It is. It is.
Because you could beat them with a long mid-court shot, perhaps. 26 points for Gasol. Makes the first one. I think you'd rather have the security in
they go for the make. This was the
time. The Greeks. Another drama. 2-point lead for Spain, and Gasol misses. They've got to hurry up. It's going to be Antetokounmpo. He gets it off his head. He got the backboard, but Spain eke out a 73-71 win over Greece. And quite frankly, folks, you have got to tip your hats to that team right there. They have dug deep in adversity at this Eurobasket and gotten back to the semifinals. They have beaten Greece, a team that a lot of people expected to go all the way.
Who would have thought that after the group stage in Berlin, when Spain had to go to the last game against the home team of Germany to even get into it, and all of a sudden they come together just as you said, we got it in the semifinal.
73-71 is the final score for Spain. Free-throw shooting standpoint, Spain did pretty well, 20 of 24, but that last miss there by Gasol gave Greece a chance, and Antetokounmpo had the ball with mid-court. He pulled up. You have seen those things go in, but not that time for Greece. George, really, from Greece's standpoint, they are going to be kicking themselves if they have lost this game. Whether it's because of their approach to the game, they weren't able to execute their game plan they wanted to. Was it the lack of physicality? I mean, you praise Spain for how they play with composure and everything else, but we both felt like it was Greece's game to win or lose coming in.
I agree. Here we see the top scores there for both sides. Pau Gasol 27 for Spain and 14 Kalatis for Greece. But I agree with you. You can have a day that you cannot buy a shot from the outside offensively. That can happen to any team, to the worst teams or to the best teams. But I thought that Greece should have brought the intensity on defense there. They could have done that. It's only a physical aspect of the game. You can pressure up on the ball. You got great athletes like Antetokounmpo. You got speed and experience and strength in Spanoulis. Then you got.
And we saw it. We saw it in the third quarter, and they trailed by 7. They came back to take the lead. But that was really the only time that we did see it.
But also look at the time. The game has taken 1 hour and 15 minutes. It was a long game. I thought that Spain was very smart about making things difficult, making it long. There was a lot of stoppage in time, so there was absolutely no continuity for the Greeks. Once the Greeks got on the run, there was a good thing for them. They had a momentum clearly swinging their way.
So, folks, somehow, some way, Spain. Perhaps a little bit under strength at this Eurobasket. We'll forget about that. The experience that they've got here. Pau Gasol leading the way yet again. And the fresh injection there from Nikola Mirotic. Look at that. That is the expression on the faces of Spain. They have won a thriller against Greece. Another terrific game between these two teams. Spain advanced to the semifinals. They win it 73-71.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a match for the first day of the quarterfinals. Well done to Greece, well done to Greece. Greece will stay here for, of course, the matches for the games for the standings, the final standings. Well done to them. The big game is starting in less than 40 minutes now. France will meet Latvia. Go have a little refreshment, go have a bit of voice to support and cheer on for your team. Mesdames et messieurs, quel match! C'était absolument magnifique pour le premier jour des quarts de finale. L'Espagne a son ticket du coup pour les demi-finales. Elles rencontreront soit la France, soit la Lettonie. Le match débute dans moins de 40 minutes. Prenez un petit peu de, voilà, prenez un peu l'air. Allez à la buvette, restaurez-vous et on attend, on compte sur vous et on vous attend dans moins de 40 minutes maintenant. Pierre, tu es encore avec quelques fans, je crois. Tu prends encore un peu.